Hey, welcome. So think about your local park for a second. You know, the one you might walk through every day. It's so much more than just trees and a path, right? It's actually this hidden world, just buzzing with wildlife. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain and meet some of the amazing feathered neighbors you've probably been walking right past.
Now, I get it. When you hear the word bird watching, you might get this image in your head. Long trips out to the middle of nowhere with a ton of expensive gear. It can seem kind of intimidating, like it's a club with a secret handshake or something. But honestly, that's just not the case. The real secret is that you don't have to go anywhere special. Your local park, seriously, the one just around the corner, is an absolute gold mine of discoveries waiting to happen. And you can forget all that fancy equipment, at least for now. You've already got the best tools for the job, and you carry them with you everywhere. Your eyes, your ears, and just a little bit of curiosity. That's it. It's really just about changing how you see things, from just walking through the park to really looking at what's in it with you.
So, how do you actually do that? How do you make that little switch in your brain from being a passive walker to an active observer? Well, it's way easier than you think. Let's break down a super simple strategy to get you started.
Okay, here's your 4-step game plan. It's super simple. First, start low. Seriously, instead of looking way up, check out the ground and the lower branches. You will be amazed at what you find. Second, tune in. Just stop for a second, maybe close your eyes and just listen. Try to pick out all the different bird sounds. Third, think about timing. Birds are busiest in the early morning and late afternoon, so that's your prime time. And finally, number 4, find the hotspots. Birds love places with water, a good mix of different trees, and quiet corners. That's where all the action is.
All right, so now you know how to look. Let's get to the fun part. Who are you looking for? It's time to meet the main cast of characters, the birds you're almost guaranteed to run into on your next trip to the park. First up, we've got the super charming white wagtail. This little guy is really easy to spot once you know its signature move. The number one thing to look for is that tail. It's this slender, black and white bird, and it is constantly wagging its long tail up and down. It's not a subtle little twitch, it's a full-on wag. You'll usually see them walking around on the ground, often near a puddle or a path. Once you see that wag, you'll never unsee it. Okay, next, let's look up in the trees for a bird that's a bit smaller, but way more acrobatic. The very clever Japanese tit. These little birds are so sharp-looking. It looks like it's wearing a little black helmet with these big, bright white cheek patches. And look for the black tie running right down its chest. You'll also want to listen for its call. It's a really clear, high-pitched 2-note sound, like tsupi tsupi. Fun fact about these guys, they are incredibly smart and have even been seen using tools to get food. All right, now for a bird that you are almost definitely going to hear long before you ever see it. Meet the brown-eared bulbul, probably one of the loudest and most common birds in any park around here. This bird is basically the life of the party. It's a medium-sized grayish bird, and it's always moving, always doing something. But the dead giveaway is its voice. It has this loud, kind of squeaky call that sounds like it's shouting, yo-yo, yo-yo. It really carries across the whole park. In fact, that sound is exactly where it gets its Japanese name, Hyodori. Okay, keep your eyes peeled for a tiny little jewel of a bird. This one is called the Japanese white-eye. And, well, its name pretty much tells you everything you need to know. This one is a real treat to spot. It's this tiny, bright olive-green bird. But the feature you can't miss is the perfect, clean white ring right around its eye. It kind of makes it look like it's always wide-eyed and surprised. You'll often find them zipping around in little groups, in bushes, especially if there are flowers, because they absolutely love nectar. Okay, so you might think a crow is just a crow, right? Well, even these common birds have their own secrets. In Japan, you'll mainly see 2 types in the park. First, there's the jungle crow. Notice its beak is thicker and more curved, and its head is kind of rounded. Its call is that classic, clear caw-caw. But then you have the carrion crow. Its beak is thinner, more pointed, and its head looks a little flatter on top. And its call is totally different. It's a much raspier, scratchier gaw-gaw. So next time you see one, take a closer look. So, after you spend a little time just looking and listening, you might find yourself getting, well, kind of hooked. And if you decide you want to dive a little deeper and take your observation game to the next level, here are a few totally optional upgrades. Now, let me be super clear. You do not need any of this stuff to start. But if you catch the bug,
A simple pair of binoculars can be a game changer. Suddenly you can see every little feather detail. A field guide, whether it's a book or an app on your phone, helps you put a name to the face. And a simple notebook and pen, it's just really cool to jot down what you see and where. It's like your own personal discovery journal. Okay, this next part is really, really important. As we start watching nature, we also have to become its guardians. And that means following a simple birdwatcher's code to make sure that we're keeping the birds safe and happy. The first and most important rule is this: give them space. Keep your distance. Don't ever chase a bird or try to get too close, especially if you think there might be a nest nearby. The whole goal is to see them acting naturally, right? And that can only happen if they barely know you're there. And here's the other huge one. Please resist the urge to feed them. I know it can feel like you're helping, like it's a kind thing to do, but it can actually cause a lot of problems. So why do these rules matter so much? Well, keeping your distance means you're not stressing the birds out, which can cause parents to abandon their nests. And not feeding them is crucial because our food can actually make them sick. Plus, it makes them dependent on us, and they can lose their natural skills for finding their own food. Basically, we're there to be respectful guests in their home, not to interfere. So there you have it. You've got the strategy, you've met some of the key players, and you know the code of respect. Your local park is about to look completely different. It's not just a place to walk anymore. It's a stage, and a new adventure is about to start. And that's really the heart of it all, isn't it? In that totally ordinary space you walk through all the time, there's this entire world of stories and sounds and incredible little creatures that you may have never even noticed before. It's all right there, just waiting for you to look a little closer. So the next time you head out to your local park, I want you to give it a try. Start low, tune in your ears, and just keep your eyes open. The adventure is literally right outside your door. What new neighbor are you going to meet?